Hello everyone and welcome back to Chris Aquatics. Now, this is going to be a bit of an update on all of my different setups that I have going on at the moment, and I'll be going through what I've done since I've done my sort of like setup tour and I did my rack tour that you guys liked. So I'm going to be going through the tanks that I have at the moment and pointing out things that I have. I've also got some new plants which are in that sort of like white wrapping right there that we'll be unboxing in this video. Just a quick short thing to show, but thought I'd mention it anyway. And I'll point out the setups that are doing really well and some that aren't doing too great. I like to point out things that happen in the hobby so that it doesn't always look like, the best things happen to everyone sort of thing. Other than that, if you guys find the video interesting, feel free to leave a like and a comment. And if you liked anything, feel free to subscribe and I'll get into it. So starting off with this far left setup, I wanted to point out the terrestrial growth that's been going on, which has been really cool. So this one's Roxy, I think. This is Syngonium Roxy, the confetti. And then this one's Lemon Lime, so this one's been doing okay. And then there's new growth on this one, which I don't remember the name of that. I thought it was really cool though, and how this is sort of growing out the Cebu Pothos and this one. I forget the name of that. Now, if you can sort of see, I have a huge piece of Borbitas in this tank. I was going to put it in the 2-foot, but at the moment, 2-foot, as you can see, is being kind of redone. So I've got it in here for the time being. But ignoring that, you can sort of see the new growth on the Cryptolance area. It's really nice in here. The weeping moss has kind of grown out of control, which is really awesome. The red cherries are doing well in here also. You can kind of see the Blixia is growing, everything on this left side is growing. I can't see fully yet in depth until I remove everything, but I'm hoping that this setup's doing well. So far, looks good, so there's not really much to show on this, as this is a work in progress. Now, taking a look at this tank, I'm very happy with this. It's going really well. So I have all the terrestrial growth that you guys have seen. I'm a big fan of the Christmas star. I do have a question though with it. Does anyone know how it like grows and propagates up along this? If you guys have had it in the past, I'd be very curious. I've had this one for probably like a year and it hasn't really got big. So I don't really know, but I think it's healthy. So let me know about that one. All the other stuff is doing well. All the pothos and the Swiss cheese. Moses in the Cradle, Mandula Pothos, Syngoniums and stuff. All of that's doing well, which is awesome. Now, before we get into the tank, I wanted to show you guys the stems I recently just got. So I have a fair few here, a couple of different types. Now, I don't want to butcher names, so I will try my best with some of them that I know. I know all the names, but I'm going to just have a list of all the names of these on the screen right now so you guys can just see. I know this one's Bacopa Carolina. This one is Hygrophilia polysperma, and it's like a variegated version, I'm fairly sure. And I don't really remember the exact pronunciations for half of these. I will get them in some tanks and I'll show you guys. But I'm really stoked with how these arrived. They look really nice. Some of these look really interesting. Stuff that I don't already have, which is awesome too. It's like a bronze color on this one. So yeah, I got a fair few stems. Wanted to quickly just point out this plant. This looks so nice. I need to get the ID on this. He sent me a full list of the names, so if I find the ID, I'll put it on the screen right now and I'll show you, but this looks so nice, especially under the red light. I have like 3 of these, so I'll be excited to grow these. And then there's also this like bronze colored one. It's like My Rio something, I forgot the name of it, but that also looks so nice. Probably a bit too big for this tank. It'll be going in that one. But super exciting with these. This is going to take me a while to plant because he sent me a lot more than I thought, which is really awesome of him. So I'm thinking I'll leave these till later. And I'll update you guys with these in a new video. And I'll just get into the tanks for now. So with this tank, we've had a couple new plants. So we have a bunch of Pandora Queen right there, along with Brownie Blue NK 2011. That's what that one's called. I've also got more of it here. So that's the leaf of it. So that one right there, this like leaf right in front of my finger is the leaf of it. You look over there and that's those ones. So I have those ones. I also have Sylvia boost Flandra Sylvia in here also, which is pretty cool. I kind of changed the layout a little bit, so there's a bit more boost in the front, and then there's a bunch of Pinna Tafida, which is kind of grown like a big tree. You can sort of see here, which is really cool. Those are like 2 big stems right there. You can have a look at those. I have S. rapens growing through there. It's taking its time to root, which is a little bit annoying. The Ludwigia Super Red's doing very well, which is really cool. Overall, this tank's doing super well. I've had a bit of algae problems in some areas, but other than that, nothing I can't treat. In the stems corner, you can sort of see a couple new things that are in here. So there's the Super Red Rotala, there's a couple green Rotalas, and then there's also that plant right there. I always forget the name of it. Rotala Wallachi, that's the one. There's a pink leaf on that plant. I don't actually know what that is, but that corner is just a big pile of stems. So moving on, I'm not going to be showing much of this tank. You can see it like that, but it's a mess. I'm working on that. It's a big project. Going up, starting from the very top, this tank is been my #1 watcher, I guess you could put. I've been like watching this tank like a hawk. It's been really cool with this tank recently. So I have 3 married females, and we have babies in here. I'm trying to spot one. Oh, it's right at the front of my face. So we have babies in here now, which is pretty cool. This tank has been doing super well, and I've kind of just let it be. I have lots of fry in here, which you can see. Bunch of fry at the top. The rest of my fry are down there in the snowball tank at the bottom rack. But this tank's been really good. But overall, this tank's been amazing. You can see on the boost that we're starting to get new leaves, which is cool. It's slowly started to grow off. This also has been added recently. I don't know what boost it is. The person who gave it to me doesn't know what boost it is. So if you have an ID, knock yourself out, give it a go. Other than that, the Gazu sword has been doing well, but it's growing roots at the base, so I might have to move that. The Crypt's also doing well, a bunch of new leaves. The Flame Moss has grown a bunch. You can sort of see that female right there's got eggs, and then there's one at the very back, very hidden, straight ahead, that you can see fanning her eggs right there. Moving over to the Luminatus breeding tank, not a lot to show. You can see they're in here, they're doing well, all 3 of them. The male might show us off some colours. Come on. Here you go, right up at the camera. You can sort of see his fins. I doubt he'll flare for us, but you can see him. It's pretty cool. There you go, there's a bit of a flare. Other than that, there's not much really to update. The mop's been doing really well. I've been getting a couple of eggs from it. Nothing too crazy, it's only just started, but I wasn't expecting anything too crazy at the moment. I do have the eggs down here, and I'm expecting to get babies soon. You can sort of see them in this, right at the front, there's those black dots. They're the eggs, and I've got some yellow shrimp watching them. But yeah, nothing crazy at the moment with those guys. This tank has been really awesome to watch. I have quite a lot of red root floaters now at the top, and you can see the different plants are starting to grow up really big. So we have quite a few. Oh yuck, no, duckweed, bye-bye. Get that out of there. Hate duckweed. I have a lot and a lot of Ambulia. I'm gonna have to remove a good amount of that to use these stems, because I prefer those over there with these. But other than that, this tank's been doing really well. I have quite a lot of Pinna Tafida in here also, as you can see. I think that they look like little mini trees. And then you can kind of see at the back how these stems are slowly filling in. They're probably working on their roots more than their leaves, probably both at the same time too. Nothing too crazy about those though. The Liliopsis, or Liliopsis, I think that's how you say it, Liliopsis, has started to fill in also, which is really cool. And there's new leaves on the Pinto, which is nice. You can see they're coming out more white than the green. Other than that, everything's more or less just filling in. You can see all the inhabitants at the moment. I did get 4 bronze cories today, but they've all kind of just spent the time hiding, as obviously just been added. You might be able to spot one all the way at the back. Yep, there you go, in that gap. You sort of saw its little tail going around. But other than that, yeah, this tank's been doing really well. Everything's starting to fill in, which is awesome. I'm starting to get new leaves in the crypts. I moved the pink flamingo into here, so there's a single leaf of it there. I'm hoping that it comes out again. Other than that, this tank's been amazing. I've been really enjoying keeping it. Probably my second favorite to the one over there. But yeah. My pygmy cories have been doing great. Everything's kind of growing, but not. We've had a bit of a moss problem and algae problem in this tank with just stuff on the wood, which I'm gonna have to get in there with the gravel vac and clean out. Other than that, they've been very healthy and fun to watch. You can see they're eating an algae wafer right now. But yeah, I really like these guys. If you can't tell, I'm kind of sick right now, so it's a bit hard to film, and my voice and like sinuses are like going all haywire. But yeah, everything's looking really cool in here. The valves started to grow out a lot better, and we got red root on the top too. This tank, yeah, is just like starting to grow in. There's nothing too fast growing in here for it to take off. But yeah, I've been enjoying the tank. The bottom rack has been completely nuts actually. We've been having some really good progress with these. These shrimp aren't currently breeding a bunch. I think that the colonies are very big and kind of maxed out. You can see how many snowballs we have and our fry grow out in here. But there's a lot of baby snowballs in this tank too. The tank's kind of grown in very well. You can see there's lots of willow moss too. So I might start propagating that around my tanks a bit more. But this tank's been really fun to keep. I like keeping shrimp more than fish. If you guys haven't noticed, it's more my thing. But I mean, obviously each to their own of their own opinions. Feel free to leave your opinion down below on what you like to keep. The Bloody Mary tank's just around the same, tons of shrimp, lots of growth, not crazy amount of breeding. Obviously they've slowed down a little bit, so I'm gonna try to get these guys back breeding when it comes to more summertime. But really been enjoying these shrimp, and I hope to get this tank more stabilized. I kind of tried like a moss carpet, if you guys can sort of see. It's like I think mostly Christmas moss, so this section's not, but mostly Christmas moss, and then there's a bunch of physidans on that rock. But yeah, this tank's more of a kind of project and experiment to see what I can grow. This tank has been around the same as the other ones, other than the fact that I have culled recently, so you can sort of see that we have more babies in here than adults. But that's okay, I wanted it to be this way. I wanted the tank to be culled so then I could get more better colors on these guys. Other than that, nothing too crazy with these tanks. It's just lots of breeding that has sort of, I shouldn't put it that way, breeding that's stopped, but lots of growth, I guess you could say. So this tank is new, and I have my blue shrimp in here at the moment. So I don't have many, I think I have like 10, but the colors on these are a bit better than the ones I used to have. So I'm preferring these at the moment. They're obviously growing up. I have a single buried female, so we'll see how this colony goes. It's in a bit smaller of a Kmart tank than the other ones. It's not as long, not as tall, so I think it's probably like 10 liters or something, but I'm really enjoying the tank. It's only been set up a couple days ago, so I'm hoping that I get some interesting results out of this, but I'll keep you guys tuned. Finally, my last little setup I have is up here on my desk. I moved, and it's this one. So we have some boost, Cameroon moss, and different like types of, there's crypts in here also, so it's a kind of like a little ecosystem. I really enjoy this kind of stuff. I don't know about you guys, so let me know if you guys enjoy these kind of things. But that's pretty much all of my setups that I have at the moment in the room. I am planning on moving, so I do have another tank right there. That's all you're gonna see that I'm gonna be setting up, but I can't really do that till I move because I've already got 11 tanks to move as it is. So other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Pretty short one, but I wanted to just get everything out so you guys can understand what's going on. Other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye, everyone.